CJ.
And I'm Chuck Durant.
Welcome to part 2 with the amazing and talented Erin Fitzgerald. Here we go.
Yeah. Hey, how about we talk about some of your current projects?
Oh, okay.
Let's brag about you a little bit.
Sure. I don't know what,
getting in
I'm like
trouble.
NDA equals. There is one project.
Well, no, not stuff that you're about to do that you can't. We don't want you getting in trouble.
No, I don't know what I'm allowed to
Somebody
talk
will come
about.
and shoot us,
Yeah.
and then
We don't
but
want her
stuff
to
that
get in
you're
trouble.
on. Maybe stuff that you're currently on, or.
Well, I'm really super proud of the World of Warcraft thing because
Of
that
course,
kind of was
that
like
is
the big one,
amazing.
and I'm like, dude, that happened in real life.
Badass.
Yeah, I got to be on a panel with Kevin Michael Richardson. What? Like, word?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, right?
okay,
That's some good
that was
times
real.
right there.
Huge fan of, he's pretty amazing. Yeah, Wild Grinders is playing on NickToons, and I love that show because I like Rob Dyrdek, who is a skateboard dude, made this cartoon for kids on skateboarding, and it's really, really wacky. It's kind of like a 90s throwback cartoon, and I love the style. It's really ridiculous, but what's amazing as an actor is we really get to play in the booth, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
We're playing off of each other. We get to improv, and we come up with stuff that end up in a script the following
That's
week.
so fun.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm working with genius comedians, so I love that show, and
That's so
I'm
cool.
terrified that it's gonna get. I don't know if people are watching it. I know the kids on my street are, because they all skateboard now because they watch the show. They're like, oh my god, and they don't believe that I'm stubbed for because it's like rad awesome. They're like, no, you're not. okay, whatever, man.
That's a good voice.
You
That's
know,
good,
he's a big jerk, and I love playing big jerks. I don't know why, but I love playing jerks.
It's not because you're one,
No.
because you're Canadian, and Canadians are not
It's
jerks.
the passive aggressive. It's all that stuff that's
Right,
built
right,
up when
right.
and I finally get to let it out like an American.
So now that hold on, now that you are in America,
Yeah.
and that you've been living here for such a long
Yeah.
time, what do you
Yes.
think of Americans now?
I always.
Let's let the Canadians know about Americans.
Yeah,
The real.
I
The
freaking
true
love
story.
Americans. One of my first experiences was with a girlfriend named Kelly, and we went to a restaurant, and she got some crap in her salad, and she was like, oh, hell no. And so she called the waiter over, and I'm panicking because in Canada you wouldn't do that. You would
just
just
eat it.
you would just
You would eat it?
You would figure something out. You would eat my plate, you would do something, but you wouldn't call the waiter over. So she called the waiter over, and she went up one side of him, down the other, and they were like, oh, let's get you in. They brought her a free meal, and they paid for the bill, and I'm like, I love Americans. I love Americans. I want to be an American. That was like my first taste of what freedom might feel like. Not that I
Right.
wanted to do what she did exactly,
Right.
but the
Yeah.
freedom to express her displeasure.
You found your
Yeah.
voice,
Yeah.
Erin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's for real though.
yeah.
And now I'm more bold. Like when I go home, everyone calls me Hollywood. You know, they're like,
Hollywood.
where did I go? I was in Ottawa, Canada, and I'm ordering a drink at Starbucks. And I'm like, do you have any almond milk? Something other than soy? And my girlfriend was so embarrassed. She's like, oh my God, she's from Hollywood.
Yeah, she's
And I'm like, really? Is it that dramatic? I just asked for almond milk. Are you telling me they don't have almond milk anywhere else? Okay, then maybe it is
Do you
Hollywood.
have
I don't know.
gluten-free
Yeah.
almond milk?
Yeah.
That was next. Because I am gluten-free. That was next. She made fun of me that whole week. I was tortured because of my Hollywood habits. I didn't
Oh, my
know. So I'm
gosh.
American. According to Canadians, I'm American. now.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
Well,
funny.
you know, when in Rome,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
in America.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? I know, but a
Exactly.
lot of people do that. They have such a misconception of us Hollywoodians.
But that's because of television
Yeah.
doing it on purpose.
True.
You know,
Well,
and
yeah,
yeah.
when you look at what are the people that are having mishaps all the time?
Yes.
yeah,
The-
Reality
all the
stars.
reality.
Yeah, you guys.
There's something about people who are direct and honest that take an entire country of passive aggressive people. It makes us uncomfortable. We don't know what to do with that because we're thinking that there's another agenda underneath the bluntness, and there actually isn't.
No.
Like that, what you see. No, I told you I was pissed off at you,
Yeah.
and I am angry at you. It doesn't mean I'm going to hold it over you for 6 months like
Right.
Canadians
Like
would.
Canadians.
Small little torture of like, oh, remember that time you
Oh,
did
and
that?
that
Do you remember?
reminds me.
Do
Your
you remind
hair
me?
reminds me
Do you
of
remember
that
that time? Yeah.
Yes. Or that could
It's
just
the
be
British in us. It's
Yeah.
the British in us.
Or
We
that
can't
could
help
just
it.
be a female thing.
No. Because ooh.
That happens in many cultures, I've learned. It's like, oh,
Mean
that
girl.
was so 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Bye, Felicia.
call me. So speaking of that, no. How did you navigate? I mean, obviously, you know, your career is rocking and you're just off and running for many, many years. But how did you navigate through those times when the phone wasn't ringing or you just didn't
I walked away from a huge career in Canada to a city where nobody knew me and nobody cared to know me. So it was really hard to rebuild everything from scratch, literally from scratch. It took, well, the bottom line was I was 3 when I started, and I knew it was what I wanted to do.
You were 3?
Well, you know, not professionally, but I was acting out to Mrs. Proudfoot. But because I was that's
You do have the
She had a very proud foot.
I'll keep up.
Got it.
Yeah, well, because
Hi, Mrs. Proudfoot.
Hi, Mrs. Proudfoot.
I know she's not around now.
Well,
she was
she's
90
around.
then.
She's around.
She's in the
She
Wizard of Oz
supports
in the
me.
sky.
Yeah, she's very supportive.
Yeah.
But
What does she sound like?
I don't remember. I don't remember. She
I would
was.
love to hear her.
I think she was very old, and would you like a cookie, dear? She was
She's your
so
little guardian
sweet.
angel.
Yeah, she was amazing. But my passion started then. So when things were absolute crap, the bottom line is I can't stop being who I am, and I am a ridiculous amount of characters, all crammed into one human being. So I was gonna do it regardless of whether I got paid or not. So when things suck, I do it anyway. I find ways of performing and working out and doing anything. I'll do anything when things are slow. I have to keep the ball rolling just to get what's in me out one way or the other. I've just been really blessed to slowly but surely kind of piece together constant work. So I'm always working my chops. But there's so much more to do. I have so much more to grow into and still become. And I know the areas I'm weak and I would like to get stronger. And there's still so much to, I don't feel like I've gotten anywhere yet.
Yeah,
like I know
fantastic.
it's a slow accumulation over a long period of time to get the credits I've had.
Yeah.
That's just a side effect of not quitting and just keeping the ball
Well,
rolling.
it's that classic overnight success. It took 10 plus years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
exactly.
here's a cool thing. So you made it in Canada, basically.
Yes.
You were working like crazy.
I was.
Okay, so she did it once. Then you moved out here
with nothing. I sold everything. I lived on a carpet.
You were basically somebody that's watching right now who's just starting out, and you built a whole nother animation business from scratch again to the point where you're really successful. So you've done it twice.
I have, but I can't take credit for it. This is going to sound weird, but I feel like it was. I'm a very spiritual person, and I never felt worthy of doing this for a living. I felt like this is way too much fun, and I don't understand how me doing cartoon voices helps the universe. I don't understand how I'm serving others by doing cartoon voices. I felt like maybe it was very selfish. So every time I walked away, I was kind of asking inwardly, like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And when the universe kept bringing it back to me, it was like this constant letting me know, this is what I need you to do.
Right.
You don't have to know the reason why, but this is what you were made for this and what you're supposed to be doing. And that also helps me get through the hard times.
Right.
That's a very peaceful feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's my go-to feeling.
So because you've done this so many times, right? You did it in Canada, you did it here. I know that you were following, this intuition, this dream, this force inside of you. But there are people out there right now. Okay. Some of them are your fans, some of them are, love voiceover.
Right.
And they want to aspire to be a professional in voiceover and do things. What words of wisdom can you give them to maybe help them along the way that you feel helped you?
Get out there and act. Go and do community shows, do your own sketch comedy shows, do something on YouTube, make your own series, just practice acting, because the more you see yourself acting and work with other people, the better you're going to get, first of all.
Absolutely,
you're just, or even if you don't get better, at least you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, does it really matter? There's an elite universe in what we do, for sure. I may or may not achieve that in this lifetime. I may or may not get to that elite status. Is that okay? Yeah, because I'm acting every day. So you got to really find out what you're doing it for. If it's for fame or money, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. First of all, no actor in their right mind.
Well, you're famous. That's why they let
right.
you live here. So it helped
I had
you.
to prove. 10
years she had to prove.
Yeah, baby, I'm famous. But I didn't intend to be famous, for sure. But if you're doing
comeback, Erin.
Thanks, Stacey. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was working on that. I've been practicing in the bathroom in the mirror. Yeah. But I think that if you get to just flex those chops, if that's what you really want to do and you have a passion for, you won't be able to stop it anyway. So you might as well just get out there. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission to act.
Bingo.
That's how I feel with every job. I'm always waiting for the email to get permission so I can go to work. I'm always waiting for someone else's permission to do what I do for a living. So that's why I love things like fake radio. That's why I love workout groups with friends. And I do whatever I need to do to be like, I am not a slave to your permission. I can act whenever I want to act. I can work on this craft anytime I want, and I do a lot hours of the day, even when I'm not at the job. I'm always inspired to see other talent. I watch a lot of cartoons still. I play video games. I listen. I'm learning, do all of that. And then whatever life has planned for you, it will do. Whether you could have a side job where you make money but still be acting, does that make it any better or worse than what I'm doing? No. If you're living your dream, you're living your dream. Who cares?
Exactly.
At least that's my opinion, because you can have a following no matter what you do.
I love it.
Yeah, baby. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Wait a minute. You can't say that. That's Nike's line.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Allons-y.
Yeah. Right.
The little French Canadian. Allons-y.
Oh, speaking of which, first of all, I mean, rock solid. Love that.
Yeah.
People, if they really understood and stood in their power of really their authentic power.
Yeah.
There's not. You're unstoppable.
Yeah.
Really, and especially
you guys are doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and on the talent side, especially, you sort of have that sort of backseat mentality sometimes, as opposed to, this is my life, I'm going to sit in the driver's seat of my life.
But isn't there something, when you're doing something, like when you guys started this, and I don't know this for sure, but I will put money that your booking ratio probably bumped up, just because when you're not focused on trying to book, when you're focused on just doing something because you love it, the booking just happens. It just happens.
Yeah,
Life
absolutely.
supports it.
Yeah, Stacey says all the time that the opportunity and what she gets out of sitting there and listening to talent like you and all of the great talent that we've had in that chair is just crazy. Sometimes we go home,
well, and all the research
and we look at each other and we go like,
studying everybody
wow.
and the journey and because I always say that people, we are very different, but that universal human experience of persistence and resilience and never giving up and following your dream and not letting other people say you should, shoulda, woulda, coulda, your life. It's like that is a universal thing. And so, I feel like it's a masterclass of just how to be successful, how to be happy and content.
There's a book I read when I was kind of like at that nowhere place and I had to start everything from scratch. It was called The Slight Edge by a guy named Jeff Olson. Every actor in the world should read that book, because it's not about hitting it big. It's not about doing things and kind of like winning the lottery, which is what a lot of actors kind of think. I'm in LA. I'm waiting for my big break.
Right. I'm at the coffee shop with my script.
What if there isn't a big break?
Yeah.
What if it's really just about longevity and working consistently? What if it's about just doing the consistent things every day, the ordinary, consistent things that, when done consistently, produce extraordinary results? Yeah. What if we could break through? I think we get tripped, because we're creatives, we get tripped up when things get mundane. We get really kind of bored, and we're like, I got to do something exciting and create some drama. Well, what if you didn't? What if you just kept working at your craft every day, just a little bit every day? That compound effect in time builds your dreams. Then you're all of a sudden you're in your dream and you don't know how it happened.
Yeah, because it's been happening as you go.
Yeah.
It's not this one. It's it's the whole idea of the journey is not the destination.
Exactly.
And defining what you think success is.
The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson.
Jeff Olson.
Nice.
I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really
You can
cool
get it
read.
on audio too.
Yeah.
Like I played in my car. I play it on. It changed my life. And it still changes my life. I still listen to it because I believe it's the law of life, the spiritual law of life. You're either going a little bit this way or a little bit this way in the daily choices that you make. And in the moment, it doesn't feel like it's a big deal. It feels like, yeah, I could drink this water or I could drink a soda. In that moment, it's one or the other isn't going to kill you. But over time, what's the word?
Accumulative.
That's the word. Accumulatively.
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
Cumulative for 20.
Yeah, accumulative. That word. It makes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a perfect segue.
That's so cute.
True or false? You speak English and French.
Yeah.
You're bilingual, yes?
I am technically.
First of all, I am not one to teach anybody how to say any word. So it just came to me.
Did I just spit on you? If I did,
It's
I'm
okay,
sorry.
baby. I like it when you spit on me.
Hello.
Back to you, Erin. Yes,
Yeah.
so you were fluent in French and English, yes?
I am. Well, I wouldn't call myself fluent now, 15 years in LA. The most French I speak now is actually with Africans. I meet a lot of Africans who speak French, and so they're the people I get to practice with the most here.
Nice.
But yeah, I was fluent before I lived in America for 15 years. Now I'm bilingual. But
That's cool.
I can have a conversation.
How do you say VO Buzz Weekly rocks?
VO Buzz Weekly est excellent, là.
Nice. That sounds cool.
Ben ouais.
Oh, what was that?
C'est québécois, là.
Uh-oh. What was that? Now you're talking bad about me. Your dude looks like a lady.
No.
You're
It's
saying
like,
I look like a girl.
I'm saying absolutely. Ben oui is like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ben oui.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben
Ben oui.
I like that. Can you say that?
so crazy.
Bye.
Ben oui. Excellent, là. On peut parler français pour 2 ans. I'm making stuff up because I haven't spoken French in so long. It's like pulling something out of a really old closet.
That's so good.
She's just
It's
channeling.
ridiculous.
She's
I know, I
riffing.
love it.
I love it. So you are out there sometimes on the fan con circuit. So what's coming up? I mean, we should say that people can go to your website,
Yeah.
erinfitzbadass.com.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I have erinfitzvo.com professionally, but the fans voted that my URL should be erinfitzbadass.com. So if you go to erinfitzbadass.com, it goes to my website for real.
Erin FitzVO for those of you conservative
Professional.
types.
Wow.
But you remember Erin Fitzbadass.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, that.
So
I
people can
post my
see what's going
appearances
on there. But
yeah.
when you do the cons, I mean, I love, you're big into the cosplay. And just your fans are so...
I'm addicted to anyone dressed as my characters. Like, there is nothing I find more thrilling in life. Even the ginormous paycheck from a residuals from doing a movie or something, like, wow, that's amazing. But when someone has taken the time to build a costume of a character I happen to play, I lose my stuff. I just lose it. There's so much love there where I'm like, you are my human. I must touch you and hug you and picture you to death. I'm addicted to that and fan art. Very big addiction to
some of
fan
the
art.
fan art is...
It's
I have
insane.
I've wasted like tons of the same character. I'm like, I've got 300 fan arts of that character. Gosh, I need to stop. My boyfriend's like, you can't, we have no more room. We have no, so I should probably sign them and send them out somewhere, but I can't help it. I'm addicted to, that never stops to thrill me.
Yeah.
That every time I'm like, yay! Especially if it's an obscure character that no one knows about. I'm like, how did you found me?
Well, that's so cool though that
know,
you actually love your fans as much as they love you.
Well, it's a mutual appreciation, I
it is,
think,
and it's
because I
important.
love the characters and they love the characters, and then we get to talk about the characters and the game and the show, and we'd be like, that was amazing. Remember? Yeah, I totally remember. Sometimes I don't remember, but sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't know because they don't give you the whole script.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing to me how people that really study the games or the anime, they know every little detail in the continuity, and I find that very impressive.
I also
They
find it
really-
very educational. Like, I remember going to a convention and sitting with a girl who for 4 hours gave me the entire background of Shin Megami Tensei, which I didn't know. And I felt like I was in a master class. I was like, tell me everything. So that when I would go back to do the job on the following game, I felt like, I know everything in the universe.
Yeah.
I am so smart now.
You're like the Obi-Wan.
I felt like I was flossing a little bit. I'm like showing off, like, I happen to know all the backstory.
Yeah.
I did my homework. When it really is somebody else that just
Yeah.
all of the hours and work that they had put into
Yeah.
it, I benefited from.
That's good.
It was awesome.
That's good.
It was awesome.
I love it. So then if people, so you have anything coming up this summer or not till the fall?
Well, I might go to Comic-Cons. I've been going every year. To this year, I don't know if I want to go. I've kind of taken a break from conventions this year, except for Newfoundland in September. So maybe Comic-Con. But I'm waiting for people to ask, mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to get over to the... Pardon me, I'd love to get over to the UK. My sister's moving to the UK next year, and I'm like, any reason to get over? And my sister is my favorite handler. Like, I bring her to conventions, and we sit together, and she takes the piss out of me, so I can't, my head cannot be bigger than this when your sister's like, really? And she's like, it's like a Muppet, one of the Muppets. Like, she came to Dragon Con with me, and fans would come up, and they'd be all excited, and she'd be like, okay, let me tell you something about her. And then she totally and it was hilarious, but she's very funny. She's wicked funny. So I'm like, I would love to do a show with my sister, because I think that she would
be cool, man.
But she's in Canada right now, moving to the UK. So.
Yeah. From Canada to the UK.
Hey, it's a write-off. If you go to the
Boom! That's what I'm saying. Yes, I would like to go to a con in the UK.
Wow.
That's what I'd
you're
like
going to go
do.
then.
Yeah.
You shall be going.
Thank you.
What else we got for Miss Erin?
Erin, what do you think have been the keys to your success thus far?
Not quitting?
That's a good key.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like you wanted to, or even thought about it?
When I moved to LA, I walked away,
Right.
and I was like, I'm never acting again, which that's ridiculous. And then when I got a divorce and I walked away from everything a third time, and I was like, had to rebuild from scratch. That was really hard. So I had moments, but that's when I found the Slight Edge book, and I rebuilt everything. But I get tired that my body has to show up to work all the time. I get tired that in order to pay rent and bills, that I have to constantly be present, and that I get tired of the hustle of winning jobs.
Right.
You know, I don't like the competition, because I feel like everybody I work with is ridiculously talented.
And they are. Yeah.
And, you know, it's LA, so and they are. So I'm not in that place where I want to compete with anybody, but I also do want to work. So I get tired of that. Sometimes that weighs on my heart. Yeah. That whole the ego side of things. When my ego starts getting out of balance and starts going, why don't you do this? Why aren't you in that? Because you know how much copy goes past your, you know what you're not in.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're like, wow, how can I not be in that?
Those
and
numbers
it's always that,
get tiring.
Did I even get heard?
Did they even listen to me? Obviously they didn't listen, because if they had heard
my
that,
ad-libs were amazing.
For real. That was some boom. But that's the ego side.
Yeah.
So that can get hard. Yeah. But that's not really the industry. That's just in my head.
Yeah, of course.
Living with me is really challenging sometimes. I'm just saying.
We'll be having her significant other on next week. Well, how do you keep balanced? How do you keep yourself?
Well, my boyfriend is not industry, and that helps tremendously. Yeah. And I do a little side business on the side with my best friends and my family and stuff. And because of that, that's really grounded me. And I've been doing it just for a year. And it's been the best cross-training I could have ever done, because I'm not as focused on whether I book something because I'm busy. I have something else to do. On my down weeks, then I have something else to do. And it's been keeping me nice and balanced. And I am a spiritual person. I practice singing a word called Hue every day for 20 minutes, just Hue. I do that multiple times a day if I'm off balance. It acts like a tuning fork. So like if my emotional body is over here and my mental body is over there, if I sing the Hue, it tunes all of those bodies right back. I'm back in boat.
That's Ekis, right?
Yeah, Ekankar.
Yeah.
I've been in Ekis for almost 20 years, 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been singing the Hue definitely for 20. And that is the number one tool that I go to.
Should we ask her a question that starts with if?
Yeah.
Ooh. If.
Pick a number.
Before you do that, what's your favorite character you've ever played?
That is the meanest question.
It is, right? Because you love all of them?
I love all of them.
But there's not one that just really stands out because it's just so much fun to do?
If you were in a rowboat and you could only put 3 of them in there with you,
okay,
or it would sink. So you have to save their lives.
Okay, Chie would be in there. Urel from World of Warcraft. Oh, see, Stepford's fun to play, but he'd be a dick in the boat, so I don't think I'd want him there. May Kinker.
May Kinker.
Yeah.
Okay. See?
Because she's got a good heart, and I feel if she was away from her other sisters, she would be a really good person.
Yes. Maybe her butt would go back in.
Yeah. Well, that's my butt. Her butt's fine. Her butt's fine.
Maybe her teeth would correct.
Yeah.
Okay, my darling, pick
guys
a number
are
between
crazy.
5 and 129.
Okay.
Oh, can you tell me?
Oh, out loud? Okay. 33.
Okay, thank you.
This is not a magic trick.
Well, I didn't.
I got it.
Let's see. She said. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Well, maybe I wasn't clear. If you could change one of your personality traits, what would it be?
Blurting. Oh.
What?
Oh, blurting, but that also crosses because I blurt instead of listen completely. Like I'm an interrupter.
Oh.
You are?
I'm a terrible interrupter. I would really like to change that. I would really not, because my mom does it too, and when we do it to each other, we can't get to a. It's like it's
you mean? Do you only do it with family or?
No, I do it with everybody.
Oh, because you haven't done it here.
It has.
at
I
all.
know. It really.
Well,
is.
that's.
Are those your interview
Today
skills?
is the first
Maybe.
day
Maybe.
of your new.
I don't know, but I think with people that friends and family, I get excited and I'm afraid I'm going to forget what I'm going to say, and so I blurt and interrupt.
I do that all the time.
I don't like that habit. I really don't like that.
Yeah.
I would like to be a better listener.
Okay.
That'd make me a better actor, right?
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Fan-freaking-tastic,
I love that.
man.
Yeah.
Aaron, you're just.
Yeah, I
a
have to
doll.
say
I
that
really like
you
hanging
are
out
a
with you
doll.
guys.
You're a lot of fun.
It's fun hanging
fun.
out with you guys.
Thank you.
I was really nervous. Is that crazy?
You were?
I was really nervous.
Because?
Because I didn't know you guys. I didn't know you at all. And I thought, oh my
And you don't
God.
know
And you
what
guys
we're
look
gonna
super
ask.
fancy on the internet. And the interweb. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so fancy.
Fancy on the
And-
internet.
It's the thumbnail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
exactly.
so. It's so. I'm
It's
like,
the
oh.
HD. We
Yeah,
look good at HD.
I was nervous. But I'm very at ease. I'm very comfortable. You guys are wonderful to hang out with and
from
chat
the
with.
moment you
So
walked into the door,
fun.
you were just a bright light with cheery
Continued abundance
Absolutely.
and happiness, and you're
Yes.
always
Thank
welcome
you.
here. And keep up with Erin on Twitter and Facebook and Erin Fitzvo or Meredith.com.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
and we will see you guys next time.
Hi, I'm Erin Fitzgerald, and I just got buzzed with Chuck and Stacey. I had a lot of fun on this show, and I'm not going to leave. You may find me here every week because I'm not getting off this chair.
Well, that concludes our two-part episode with Erin Fitzgerald, and we are going to be back next week with another cool episode for you.
Absolutely. Keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, you guys. We love you, and just remember, you always have time for a little buzz.